Jaws, the original, is back. The film that shocked millions of dreams into nightmares is back. You want to test your nerves? See Jaws. If you dare.
"50 years ago, the world as we know it changed. Not only did one movie change how studios release movies,
I was
not
born.
only did not only did one movie put the term summer blockbuster on the map. You were born in '74, idiot. Not only did one movie become the first movie ever to earn $100 million at the U.S. box office, but this movie also changed the world. Never again would people look at beaches the same way, swim in oceans, lakes, or even ponds the same way. Never again would people look at sharks the same way, all because of one movie that came out 50 years ago. Today on Fine Movies, Fine Spirits, we're doing something we've only ever done at Christmas time. We are revisiting a movie, as today we are rewinding our podcast and revisiting one of the greatest movies of all time, a personal favorite for each of us. Happy 50th anniversary, Jaws. But I'm not alone, because every vessel needs a good crew. First up, you know him as the man who usually drives the boat, or at least the plot. Everyone's pal, who was definitely alive when Jaws first came out, Mr. Christopher Morris. Happy Jaws 50th. And what are you drinking this fine evening?
I am drinking, surprisingly, just a nary.
I knew I
Jaws
could
nary
for that.
To the Jaws edition. Cracking it right now.
You got your Jaws shirt on, your Jaws background. Mm-hmm. You're very
yes.
Jaws-ing.
This should be on YouTube. I am. I what can I say? Like I said to you guys recently, somehow I've first few times I've watched it this year, I said, holy shit, has Jaws gotten better? This movie is even better.
Possible?
I love it. I love it. I love Jaws. That's a little hooper right there. I love it.
And next up is another old fart who was alive when Jaws came out, a man who just recently moved a little bit closer to the ocean. And watch out, in about a decade, he'll probably be living on a houseboat celebrating his third wife's demise. My good friend David, happy 50th. And what are you drinking this fine evening?
I'm actually drinking a Sun Cruiser.
Ooh.
I kind of feel like it's part of like that.
That's perfect.
Jaws-y feel.
The Orca
right?
cruises on the sun. You look
Yeah.
like you just got out of the sun after 5 or 6 hours, I'm going to say.
It's kind of nice having a pool. I'm not going to lie, especially when it's 90 degrees and you're just like, got to move this, move that, go in the pool. Move this, move that, go back in the pool. That's what I did.
Is that pool always in shade with leaves falling on it, like the old?
It's not. It's actually
like the old compound.
It's honestly almost all in sun, which is nice.
That's great. I can't wait.
Because, hold on. So hang on. I get home the other day, and my
Can't wait
son
to urinate
was like
in that.
here. Yeah, obviously this house is welcome to all you guys. And I come home and literally there was sun cruises all over the deck as my son's just floating on a raft in the middle of the pool. There must have been.
He's
like
not drinking
12
beers. What the hell?
Well, he had beer too, though.
There's a hookah out there too, Chris. It's
First of all,
what's that?
There's a hookah
Did
out
Dave
there,
just say I'm welcome in my own dad's home?
Hey, you want to stop by anytime? You're like family.
First of all, obviously,
I'm kidding. This is David's house.
No, I'm gonna have a big friggin' obviously get together. But I'm like, I told your father, every time you guys want to come, just come. Obviously. So,
For those who didn't, thank you for that. For those who didn't listen to the previous episode, was that the old Cox Lane compound?
It's gone.
Is gone.
It's gone.
And it's going to be a new compound. It is a new compound that Dave is in currently, and our parents will be there soon. Michael, what are you drinking?
I actually put some effort into tonight's drink. Well, not really Jaws effort, but I looked up. There's actually a name for this, and I already forgot what it is. I'm drinking Diet Orange Soda and Fireball. Mixing it together, it's like some cinnamon orange. I don't know. Is
it sea related?
Nope. But the jaw. I was going to say the jaws explodes at the end, but not really. He doesn't.
That is like Brody taking the moonshine of.
Exactly.
Is that Maeve?
That's what I thought of, the little shot.
Hi, who's with us?
Maeve.
There she is. Maeve, what's your favorite movie?
Show her your shirt. Show your shirt, Chris. Show her the shirt.
I thought you were talking.
What's that? Is that your favorite movie? Yeah. She says when Chrissy dies, every time she watches it with me, she says, "She gone."
She is gone. She is gone. Yeah. This is correct. Dave, side note, speaking of children, our friend Mike Batts, who loyal listener, who I tried to get on the pod. I tried to get Greg, Brian, and Michael.
Everybody turned you down.
Invited them all on the pod. No, they may pop in.
Oh, really?
To get their we want to get other Jaws takes and other Jaws experiences. Brian and Mike actually went to the drive-in at the Cape to see Jaws this past weekend, which I was jealous of. Yeah, they did. So Mike said to prepare. They were listening to the last Jaws pod that we did, and he was listening with the family. He had to turn it off because of Dave's F-bombs immediately, I think.
That sounds about
but
right.
I mean, it is. I mean, it could have been. Usually, it could be any of the three of us, because not. My kids would never listen to this. I wouldn't think children would be interested to listen. But Jaws,
is it a bad thing?
But I would love it. What's that?
Was it a bad thing that when I went out to get the chicken's eggs the other day with my granddaughter, I opened the chicken coop up. I swear to God. She's like, I had to push the chickens off, and that was a bunch of eggs. And she says to me, quote unquote, "Holy shit, Pop, there's a lot of eggs there."
That's
I
impressive.
I'm not going to say you guys don't influence her, and it's because of you, but I mean, the evidence is.
Wait, there's going to be animals at this new house?
There's chickens. No, get tons of eggs.
I'm kidding. Good call. Good call with the price of eggs. No, it's great. It's great. We Jaws is a PG movie, which is one thing I have become amazed at recently. How is this PG? There was no PG, obviously no PG-13, but you have Chrissy naked. We see a little bush.
Very subtle.
But you can see it if you really
you can.
Movie.
But back
very
then
adult.
They weren't picturing us pausing it on a 4K screen,
And then she's horrifically killed by a shark. You don't see a lot of gore or anything.
Right.
But then you do see a 12-year-old boy.
That's true.
Butchered and a geyser of blood.
You see a severed leg.
The quit scene. It's just I think it's surprising that it's PG. It's really
not a lot of
language.
But you know what I think is great. But you know what I think is great about this movie, though.
Unfortunately,
everything that should have went wrong in this movie went wrong, and I think that's what made this movie so fucking good.
Yes. Yeah, it's been.
That's what makes Spielberg.
I shouldn't say it's been rehashed, but that's what made it so great was that the mechanical shark didn't work, and Spielberg's brilliance. He saw that it was the unknown, the unseen. Amazing. I even became more impressed. I told you the scenes I was showing Grace. Everybody knows the dolly scene, the zoom shot with Brody.
Yep.
When he's sitting and sees Alex getting murdered. But right before that, you see the wipes that Mike has mentioned before. When you see someone walk by, but I had never noticed that it has to be someone walking by, and they were in yellow too. And he gets closer every time. You see that.
It's just a subtle way of it. You don't feel like there's a cut because
it's genius. I don't know how many movies were like that. It's genius.
And
so
what I
could you hold on? Could you swim in the ocean at night?
No.
No, hell no.
Hell no,
I can
right?
swim in the ocean.
Especially after
First of all,
this.
the way they swim, they go all the way out. I don't think I've ever swam in the ocean where I
Yeah,
couldn't.
of course we have. Of
Not
course
me.
we have, Mikey.
I've seen you people do it. I've seen you guys go way out on a float. I was not out there. I saw my brother, 6'5", jump in the water and go all the way under. I freaked out.
We couldn't hit the ground. That's how deep we
He
went.
is graceful. Tall Sean is graceful, though.
He did a beautiful swan dive. Yeah, no, that
Excuse
freaked
me.
out.
But it certainly freaked people out more. Excuse me. After Jaws, I was telling the kids the other day, I'm like, thousands of people were afraid, and I was like, people somehow. I'm not kidding that they said like people who had swimming pools was somehow afraid.
I was afraid as a kid. It's just in my head.
Yeah,
Like,
they must have been bright, but they must have,
Right.
they must have thought somehow a shark Jaws could get through their through drains.
Yeah, right.
Hey, who's in the
Well,
pond?
Hey,
What a scene, by the way, the pond. We got to still talk about this movie.
yes, I want.
Mikey, when have you seen it?
When have I seen it?
I'm
okay.
sorry. I mean, like, when have you last seen it?
Well, for this, it was the last time I saw it. Before that, might have been the original.
You saw it today or
August.
yesterday? Good.
I watched most of it. I have about 10 minutes left to tell you the truth, but I've seen it so many times. Like right now, I see
don't spoil it.
the machete stabbed into the orca. But the last time I really, really watched it was when I was watching it 31 days in a row for August 2020.
So this is my summer version of It's a Wonderful Life.
I bet it should be.
I can
Yes,
watch
that is.
this movie every
And that's
night.
fitting because it's fitting, and it's funny because I somehow don't get sick of it.
When we were younger,
Grace wanted to watch it on the 4th. She wanted to go
that is
watch
really
the fireworks.
That's
Then
perfect.
we had a couple little small fireworks, and then Jaws, and I was like, in my glory.
If Dave
I'm
slept
watching right now.
over, I was going to say he spent the night, but that felt weird. If Dave slept over when we were younger, if he was in my room, we'd be watching Back to the Future. If he was in my brother's room, they'd be watching Jaws every time. That's how it was. You fall asleep.
It really is such a comfort. It's such a comfort movie.
Me and your brother would always say, just listen to Chrissy Walken's getting shredded was always like something like would put us to sleep.
The sounds.
You wouldn't even make
horrifying.
it. You'd make it like through the beginning, and then you'd be out.
Well,
I might have mentioned this before, but watching it this time,
Mhm.
it's amazing how succinct, is that the right
Hey,
word? Where it's like boom, boom, like it's like this happens, it just
Yeah.
goes. It's like go
Yeah.
swimming,
Not-
dead,
No filler. No filler.
Oh, we got to close the beaches. No, we don't. We can't do that. Fine. Okay. We'll keep the beaches open. Oh, another attack. Like it just, I mean, Alex Kittner, that's like 15 minutes into the movie. The most
Right.
horrific kill of the movie.
well, okay, and then the classic da 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 da, right, man?
I mean, it's
It's so classic.
not only that, like, well, you love how I probably mentioned before, John Williams, not just that main score, but how he does and he even does when after Quint goes crazy and they're basically going to sink, you hear the little farewell and do music version.
Yeah,
They did. It's brilliant.
It's so smart. I think Spielberg said like he wasn't quite sure about it because it's EF.
Oh, they were.
No, he was like, I don't know about this. And
Oh
then
yeah, the music.
he saw the
How
music
ridiculous
with
is
it.
John Williams? His career is
was the
ridiculous.
shark.
That's what he
That's
said.
what
He
it
goes,
was. It was the shark.
exactly. He said that it set a like
It really was.
like it programmed people to think, okay, the shark is coming, and it just he credits like that for 80% of the movie. Like he says, so much of that
Yeah.
movie is because of
He's huge. I think I probably called it the most important one or two things of what makes this so great.
and of course he won the Oscar.
Speaking of, yes, deservedly so. Nobody was nominated, right? Did you?
No.
I believe the only thing it was
We
nominated.
can rehash the Oscars.
It was nominated for Best Picture, but it lost to
Yep.
Cuckoo's Nest.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, which Josh should win
Gives
because
nothing
it's
to
the best
show.
movie of all time. So
But it did win for
we'll
editing.
rehash the Oscars now.
Sound editing, best music, and film editing. It won all three.
Do you
of
have
those.
any of the actors? I know that it's such a ridiculous year. I think we
Let
talked
me
about this.
okay.
because
Let me
we-
look up Oscars 1976. I'm going to guess.
because I mean, Robert Shaw was sublime in this movie. Obviously, my friend Brian said he's like really not carried it, but he made the movie, which he kind of does.
So best
it's just
actor,
such a perfect. Yep.
I don't know, James Whitmore and Maximilian Schell. I don't know them. Then you got Walter Matthau for The Sunshine Boys.
And obviously Nicholson won.
Al Pacino for Dog Day Afternoon and Nicholson for Cuckoo's Nest. In Best Supporting, you got George Burns. He won for The Sunshine Boys over Brad Dourif for Cuckoo's Nest, Burgess Meredith for The Day of the Locust, Jack Warden for Shampoo, and Chris Sarandon
they're
for
all
Dog
great
Day
actors.
Afternoon.
Okay, they were all probably great, but there's no way that Robert Shaw shouldn't have been nominated.
Yeah, not even nominated.
Scheider, or as Dave would call him, Schneider. Talk about underrated. Can we talk about his career? What a stretch. You gentlemen have to see. Well, Dave saw Marathon Man. I think he goes from French Connection, Marathon Man.
And then Dave came over our house one night so we could all watch him on Sequest.
That was awful.
Boy, we were excited for that.
Was he on that?
He was on that for the first year or two.
He's he's like a great number 2, but I think he's fantastic in this, obviously, too.
He was the heart of the movie.
My brothers and I as kids were like, we love Luke Skywalker and Brody.
Brody was the heart of the movie.
But it was like he's the hero. He is the hero.
Yeah. He's kind of he's the everyman around these, two
he certainly is an everyman,
experts.
and he's the
whole all right, so he's got some great lines in this movie. One, obviously you're gonna need a bigger boat, which everyone still quotes.
And that's his ad lib.
And then it's only an island if you look at it from the water.
Yes.
Like that's another great quote.
That's a great line.
Right? It's a great line.
I can do whatever I want. I'm the chief of police.
I can do whatever. I'm the chief of police. It's great. He plays it. He's shit-faced in that scene. He plays. So I was like, I love the interaction between Hooper and Brody. Right?
At the
when it's the two of them. I have a top 5 list. My kids are so sick of my top 5s. I have so many top 5s of Brody and Hooper interactions when it's just the two of them, not like, not when it's the three, the three of them. By the way, I'm seeing what? The only thing that was built for the movie was a little tidbit that we probably already said. The only thing built set-wise for the movie was Quint's shack. Quint's little shack, which I took a picture of that harbor last year, and I'll do it again next week for you guys.
Now, will you see the orca replica? Isn't that out there?
I don't. Yeah, I hope to. I would love to.
Get some shots of that.
But okay, I love these pots with Hooper and Brody. Top 5. When Brody's helping putting the cage together, and Hooper has his glasses on, and he taps his head and gives him his glasses, and he does no spit. But it's just so great how Brody like taps his head. So it's not, just like a little subtle thing. And then of course there was the few times there was tension between them. Damn it, Martin! When he yells at him, you pulled the wrong rope. Yeah. And then the hilarious go to the foreground, which this was right after Brody first saw the shark. You get such a look of fear. There's different close-ups that I've noticed on the last few times of each of them looking so scared. They just would, even Quint looking scared, which my buddy Brian pointed out. We talked about when Quint does, blows the motor, but he says he thinks Quint's just afraid, even though it's kind of like self-sabotage, that he's afraid of everything. Just hasn't seen a shark like this. Okay, back to Brody and Hooper. Sorry. How was your day? That part is hilarious. When he comes in and he just says, "How was your day?" And Brody just looks at him and laughs. And then there's the great end when Hooper comes up, sees him. Brody's just so relieved, and just the line, it even gets to me when he says Quint. And he says, with the way Hooper says Quint enunciates it, and then Hooper and Brody just says no. So, R.I.P. my man.
You know what?
So
speaking of Quint, there's one line he does. It's very subtle that I love, and it's after Martin pulls the wrong rope, and he just leans over. He's like, "Chief, the next time, just ask me.
Chief.
I'll help you." Like he was he wasn't being a dick. He wasn't being sarcastic.
Well, there's the whole that was the whole thing. He's like the little the 3-person dynamic where he's like, all right, don't worry. He sees that there's a little tension between the other two. He comes into Brody. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like the other two, do they laugh? Does Quint and Hooper ever?
They're laughing when they're drinking. Yeah,
that's the only time they
Mary Ellen Moffat broke my heart. You know that.
Yep.
They're all laughing, and he touched the top of my head, or that's the moment where they're all bonding, but
yes,
Martin's standing up by himself. It's them, the two of them, that are really
right. He's still feeling left out. Exactly. By the way, the shark, what an asshole. The only time they're having fun, you see the amazing shot of the barrels. Like you said, they not only did, like John Williams did an unbelievable job of being the shark, but you also had like the barrels, imagery. Obviously seeing the shark, and the imagery of
the dock,
the two guys with the dock turning around. It's just a dock you see, but it's the shark turning around.
What it is.
Or even the sun setting. That first scene with the sun setting. When Chrissy goes in the water and the kids pass on the beach, I was like, that's a great shot.
Have you watched that? Because that's what time of night is that? What time of day is that?
Was that day?
The sun can't be setting.
It has to be setting. It's not rising.
Because then you listen.
It was dark when they were on the beach.
You see a complete moon. True. You see the moon.
Yeah.
The light of the moon. So it's kind of different.
The sun is rising, I guess.
It is, but it's also they mess with time on that sequence.
Shot day for
night. Because clearly, they clearly use it has to be like sunrise.
I was thinking today, being in the audience, because you've seen Chrissy get pulled under, you see something going on with Kintner, but then imagine being in the audience in 1975, and that guy's like, "You guys all right over there?" And then all of a sudden, his severed leg, just hits the bottom. Yeah. I just thought today the audience. I can just picture them
first of all
screaming.
That created the summer blockbuster. That was the number one summer blockbuster. That's what started it all.
Yeah,
it did.
So you did listen to the intro. Good. Okay. Very good.
A what?
No, a what? Dave's got heat stroke.
So, Dave, did you watch this today?
I watched it today. I watched it the other night. I watched it with Mabel.
You'll watch it tomorrow.
Yeah.
So have we talked about the great Larry Vaughn, who somehow is reelected?
Well,
I actually said the other day with the worst human being in the world.
I saw that moment he was reelected.
Human being.
He was working on it in the hospital. He's like, I'm working. I was doing it for the best interest. He's thinking of his speech for his reelection. It's that's all he's thinking.
He got reelected.
They got the shark. They didn't have to close the beaches all that long. So it was a success story. So what? 3 people? 4 people.
Yeah, here's the one time.
The fact that he's on a beach and he says, suppoldly, I found injured
a couple bathers.
Yeah, it's great. So his wardrobes are unbelievable too. Jess is always mentioning we got to get you that jacket with the anchors.
Why did he not wear that for Halloween?
I gotta get on it. Seriously. So what is the one time that he's actually right? Let's see if you guys agree with me.
The one time he's actually right.
He actually makes sense, and I agree with him.
When he tells Martin she's wrong.
No. When he says he wants to cut the friggin' shark open and afraid of all these people and watch the little kid strong for a dog.
He's 100% right when he says, "Look, fellas, let's be reasonable. Now's not the time to perform a half-ass autopsy on a fish. And I will not stand here and watch you cut open that fish and the little Kintner boy spill out on the dock." He's 100% right.
Imagine if Hooper was wrong and it happened. He spilled. Oh, I guess I was wrong, Mrs. Kintner. We found your.
Like, oh. Yeah, I'm my bad. Hooper's like mea culpa.
Mrs. Kintner, we've returned your son. Do you have a couple bags to put him in?
Now, what doesn't make sense, or it is when when he's obviously not right is when he is arguing with them in front of the billboard, and he's like, "Do you have that tooth?"
That
You know what I
scene
mean?
is
Like,
incredible.
what if Hooper calls his bluff? Oh yeah, I got it right here.
Yeah, one shot.
Size of
Isn't
a
that all
shot
one
glass.
take? Until they cut to him
Yeah.
saying, "We will be open." There's a from them coming in, the whole thing
Yes,
going,
it's
you
great.
know, pointing at the billboard, everything, whatever the Latin term for the great white shark, the killing, all it does is-
Carcarius.
Yes,
Yeah.
I always love him
Carrying
saying that for
character.
some reason. Him laughing like Hooper, you know, like he's gonna bite you. Like the whole
Oh,
thing,
yeah.
one shot.
Hooper's great.
Awesome.
So he didn't want to do the movie, right? Originally, I guess.
Oh,
He seems like kind of a jerk. Did we
Dreyfuss?
mention this in
He
real
turned it
life?
Richard
down.
Dreyfuss a dick.
He turned it down 2 or 3 times until and then
Who?
he came out with
Well,
the movie Dreyfuss.
He came
Yeah,
out with a
that- well, that
flop.
sucked.
He came out with a
and then he
a
came
movie
back and
that
said,
sucked. and
"Please,
then he wanted
please
to
give me
do-
the job."
He's
Well,
great.
the
in it,
funny
though.
thing
Like
is,
he's pretty
the funny
great.
thing
He's-
is, Mayor Vaughn and our friend Richard Dreyfuss were both in the same movie twice. My 2 favorite movies, The Graduate and Jaws.
That's right, Richard
Richard
Dreyfuss.
Dreyfuss. Richard Dreyfuss is that
Richard-
little prick that was
Oh,
like,
yeah,
"Can
yeah,
you call
yeah.
the cops?
He's-
Can I call the cops?"
He says, "I'm going to call the cops." Right. I
If
never
only
even
Mr.
thought of that.
Roper was in Jaws.
Mr. Roper was.
He was
He was
on
on the beach.
Yeah.
He was in his
Um,
controlling Jaws.
He looked right in the camera when the shark ate that kid.
He gave the. You got to do the.
You couldn't eat Mrs. Roper.
If this was on YouTube,
he told
you could have
Mrs.
done
Roper
that
to go
great.
swimming. Go swim. Go swimming, dear.
The kids,
Go on
all the kids
slide.
listening love the Three's Company references. I'm sorry, what were we talking about?
I
So
don't know.
so Larry,
Fireball.
yeah, Larry was terrible human being.
Just a terrible, awful human being.
Hey, but
Yeah.
sometimes they get reelected.
Perfect for the job, though.
I wonder what his reelection platform was.
He got rid of the shark. So he said we got rid of the shark on my watch.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I had this discussion. Did we talk about this before? When like Brody's part of Quint's charter, right?
Yeah.
So wouldn't the $10,000 go to like Quint's estate?
I would hope so. That little
Which,
guy.
of course, like Brian said,
toady?
his coffee can full of a couple of things. What would his estate be? But technically, it should go. Well, I don't know what arrangement they had. Like, why is Brody even on this thing? Brody must have been like, "Are you shitting me? I hate the water. Why am I coming to hunt the shark?"
I think he
Has
feels
anyone ever
personally
asked that?
responsible. I think he feels personally responsible as the chief of police.
Well, and you would say, what the fuck is
Was
Brody
there-
going to do? Who's
he
afraid of
gonna
water,
tackle him?
never fished, whatever. He literally kills the shark and then kills the shark in Jaws too.
That's right.
So he's like a shark hunter.
He,
He's a savant. He's amazing. Even the great Quint.
He wears it. He get a nose and he wears a shark tooth and then Jaws too on his chain.
he what?
He wears a shark tooth on his chain in Jaws
He's-
too.
He's somehow in Jaws. So we'll never do Jaws 2. But somehow they didn't believe him again, which I you know,
well, it was blue. It was a school
Um,
of bluefish.
foreground
Shit.
my
Why
ass.
He did shoot the shit out of the ocean with the people in the ocean.
Yeah.
So he pulled a
fucking-
Bert. He pulled a
Yeah.
Bert the cop. So this movie also had that. I thought that
all
recently.
comes back together.
It all comes full circle. It's a wonderful life. It's a wonderful life on the sea. With Brody pulling a Bert the cop, just shooting into. I mean, Bert's was unbelievable, but but still, Brody could have shot a surfer or something. Like you're
Fucking guy.
really
Out of
not
control.
responsible.
Out of
But again,
control.
Enough Jaws 2.
Let's move on to Jaws 3D.
The amount of the camera angles. I mean, you know, we've probably gone over them, but I just appreciate them every time on the boat, seeing
Even
the
the
shot
start,
of
like that fucking
the
start.
the-
Yeah.
The
the
fact
low
that they're
shots
shooting it-
from beneath, the shots from the overhead shots. It's
The shooting stars.
just ridiculous. It's
and the fact that
Say
he wanted to use real sharks too. So get a little person, stick him in a cage, and
I
make the
know.
shark look even bigger.
I know.
I
Well, what's
feel bad
funny is
about that person.
let's talk about so if that was successful, Hooper would have been killed, right? They would have killed Hooper
Yes.
in the movie. That's the only.
You mean
Would that have been a better end?
if they went
It
with
would have
the
been. It would have been painful. Like you would have been like
No.
the relationship he had with
No.
Hooper.
No, I
It would
hated
have been
it.
like,
yeah.
well,
Look at
you
the-
hate when people die, but
Yeah, but look at the ending when they're. I watched the
I know.
movie right to the end when they
Yeah, I do
paddle up
too.
onto the
And they're
onto the
walking
shore.
off. Yeah.
It's
that ending
so
would not
great.
be the same. Right? You would not have the
It was
same
just-
tone.
Yeah, was it
You could
really?
not have that little music, that little the score at the very end, which
No.
is great.
Oh,
I
that
love
music-
you see
Yeah,
Hooper.
right.
You see Hooper horrified. You see Hooper scared as hell when, I forget when the shot it is, but you know what I'm talking about when he's out of breath and they do the close up on his face. He's scared. He's scared shitless.
When he's in the cage.
Oh, he's scared shitless in the cage.
Yeah.
But I think it's maybe before that. Is it when Quint? It's not when Quint. I think it's so when the amazing scene when they're all saying it's killing when they're all holding onto the lines
Oh, yep.
and the water's coming over and the
That is
shark is
incredible. Just totally is pulling them. Yeah.
and then right and then he grabs a machete and he is Quint's about to cut it and it pulls off the transom, right?
Yeah.
It pulls off the transom and the look on Hooper's face, he's just out of breath and he's just so scared.
Yeah. They can't believe what they actually are up against.
That shot is ridiculous.
Is Maeve ever going to see the sequels?
And that shot.
sequels. I will never let her watch Jaws 2, Jaws 3, or Jaws 4.
I
Terrible.
probably mentioned this last time, but Dave and we saw it at the Wang Theater on this big 60-foot screen. And I think it was Dana Hershey from TV38's Movie Loft came out to introduce it. And he mentioned
That's
it
so great.
spawned the many sequels, and the whole theater booed when they mentioned like the sequels. It was great.
I like Dana Hershey, one of the greats.
Oh, such a voice. What
The
a
movie
voice.
Loft.
Yep.
Fucking great.
Yep.
Guys, my favorite scene in this movie, absolute favorite, and it's probably like everyone probably says the same thing, but it is definitely that scene where they're all shooting the shit in the boat. It's my favorite scene.
It is pretty perfect.
It goes from having
It's-
like the best time
and then the speech, the
to that
Indianapolis.
somber speech, yeah, and then the fact that he had to do that speech twice because he was so cocked the first time. I know we talked about this in the past.
Well, then he
but
was completely sober and nailed
Completely
it
sober.
one take. Supposedly.
nailed it.
And there's a lot of, controversy over who wrote the speech. Maybe Robert Shaw himself. I guess they hired John Milius.
Yeah, that's the name I heard. Yeah.
Carl Gottlieb obviously wrote a lot of it with Spielberg. So there are a lot of people have taken credit. But yeah, that scene is it's tough for me to say what my favorite scene is. I think last time I said a favorite non last hour scene. Is it last hour or 45 minutes? We're in the boat.
Pretty much. Yeah.
I love the Brody looking at the shark bites and the horrific
Oh yeah.
and it's going back and forth between that and the two guys fishing with the roast. That scene is so great. But on the boat, I love when they're all excited. You know what I mean? When they're like, we're gonna catch the shark. You see when Hooper's like, I'm turning around, and Brody actually smiles. I think you see Brody
We're
smiling.
fishing.
They're like, we're
Till they
we're
see
fishing.
it.
We're gonna get this thing. The music is insane. It's great.
I love the scene in the hospital where Brody calls him the mayor of Shark City, and he's trying to convince him you need to
Yes.
sign this contract so I can hire someone.
Yeah.
And just Vaughn, that's when he was mumbling about,
Yeah.
like trying to come up with a defense.
Oh yeah, that's when we
My
see the
family
next
was on that beach,
scene,
too.
right? Don't we still hear the
Oh, that's another
do
thing.
what's it called?
He opens
I forget what it's called.
he starts walking.
You
and
hear
then
the next
hear
scene
the
already.
Next scene, they're
Yes.
at Quint's. But what I love is after they, Quint gives Hooper a hard time, and they go out to the boat. When Ellen and Martin are walking to the boat, Quint is so giddy. He's like high on life or going like
he's
throwing
making
out like all these comments and jokes. Some of them don't even make sense.
He's like,
you see a shark, swallow. You know, like all these things. He's singing. He's like he's a little.
He's not dancing, Mike. He's not doing your final show tune shit. Okay.
He would. I could see him doing that.
He's singing. He's a song and dance man.
He certainly sings "Farewell and Adieu" a bunch of times, or he sings it for the whale when they hear the whale.
And he sang it in a previous movie.
Yes,
that's right.
Yeah, he's a great actor.
That's right.
He's didn't he have like 5 wives, and he died like 2 years after this movie. Hard drinking.
It's okay.
He really drank like Quint, but Quint led a sad life, as we mentioned before. He obviously was afraid of being killed by a shark while floating, so he would never put on a life jacket. The Indianapolis obviously scarred him for life, cutting cut the tattoo off.
Imagine the
PTSD
irony that his fear was what killed him. But I mean, he did go hunting sharks, so I mean, the chance of him getting killed by a shark, I guess, was greater than most people.
That's true. So, that's true. Somebody told me I had a debate one time with somebody I work with who said some Arctic explorer. They said it was ironic that they died from cold hypothermia. I said it's not ironic at all. It was very likely.
Yeah, it seems very much so.
Doesn't seem ironic. So we had a silly debate. So there's a couple of like foreshadowing things about the tank, right?
Oh yeah, the ending that.
Yeah, there's that, right? That's one of the things. By the way, Peter Benchley hated the end.
Well,
not like the book where they just died after being harpooned a bunch.
Boring.
By the way, I read it. I reread it since our
many
pod,
times,
and it's not as good as I thought. It has some highs, but it's like it's very racist.
It is racist, but I love the book.
It's amazing. And then also Hooper's like it's not even he's an asshole, but it's like why it doesn't even make sense how he was like an asshole. Like he was siding with Larry to open the beaches too. Like it was like just an asshole for being the sake of an asshole. But I'm sorry. What was funny? What was my point?
I don't know.
The foreshadowing. Yes. The foreshadowing. Yeah. What else is new? That's every pod. The foreshadowing of if you see, they show the tank in the room in down. What is it called? Down deck.
Yeah.
I don't know. What is it? Whatever it's
the boat.
Aft. No, I know. But you see, it lingers on the tank just for a second. You know what I mean? Like so, there's definitely some foreshadowing of the shark eating the tank, and then when you see the explosion, isn't there? Don't you see like with all the gore and stuff? There's one little shot of the fin. It's like a last little.
I don't. I just remember that and the thing falling like under the water, like when it's going under.
Oh yeah, it's so great. The music is great, and just all the gore. So people like if Brody says, "Oh, tells people I shot the shark," and they're like, "Sure, you did." You know what I mean?
It exploded. Okay, yeah, sure.
If they do kind of have proof.
Yeah, they have to go back and get the orca.
There's tons of birds and feeding in that area.
Okay, so here's my thing.
I'm gonna let you guys talk for a minute.
Every time Hooper goes down
an angel
to kill the shark with with his little needle prick.
Yeah.
I have hope that he's gonna kill it every single time, even though I know.
Funny you mention that. I did a freeze frame thing of if he had when he's stabbing him, if he still wasn't a jackass, complete dumbass, and dropping the thing right away. He has so much opportunity if he still had that in his hand to shove that in the shark's mouth. Hey now.
Hey, does your Wi-Fi reach the pool, Dave? We got to do a pod. We should have done Jaws from the pool. Damn it!
But there's so many chances. That meal looks disgusting from what they're eating too. But he has so many chances. Yeah, there is. I'm the same way, Dave. Not that I think. Yeah, I think there's hope, and
I mentioned it quickly, but we're all, in agreement that making those cuts out of the book was the right call.
Right.
The Hooper, the affair, the
Definitely.
mafia, all of that's
Oh,
unnecessary.
it's a whole different movie.
Yeah.
Everybody's an asshole in the book, kind of. Even Brody's Brody's
Even
not
Brody's a dick.
completely likable.
No. No.
They have there's a scene with a big dinner party, right, where Brody gets absolutely shit-faced. And
I
Ellen,
haven't read it in years.
Ellen invites people and Hooper. But it's, yeah. And then the whole Larry's indebted to the mob.
I love that it's not about the mob. It's just we can't lose the money. And right away, like, we got a shark attack in the beach closed signs. And
yes, has anybody mentioned Hendrix? Shout out to Hendrix.
Immediately, they go to catch him before he goes to close the beach.
Hold on. Do we get made?
You
hear it?
I do.
Yes. Nice. He ate the light. Awesome. So it's I don't know if you guys noticed.
Still one of the best movies of all time. One of our favorite movies of all time. What were you going to say there, sir?
Were you wrapping it up?
I thought we were. That's why I said that.
Did you notice? I have a lot of things to say about John.
Some movie.
I don't know if you noticed. I mean, you probably have noticed, but you kind of don't like take particular note of it. When Chrissy dies, you hear, and she goes underwater, you hear the bell.
Yep.
On the, I don't know what those things. You just hear the bell
from the buoy,
which is really sounds.
I never heard. I never knew that. I didn't even put that together ever in my life.
Well, then you hear as soon as Quint goes underwater, you hear the bell on the top of their. On the top of their. Watch Jaws. Yes. No, not the musical.
Limited series.
There is no musical. But yes, you hear the bell. It's funny because that sound is so peaceful, and there
is a musical. Not a musical.
Comes after.
Did you see that? I want to see that. It's like a 3-person play where they play the actors dealing with the movie.
No.
It's the shark is working, or the shark. It was at North Shore Theater. Like, I think Robert Shaw's the son was like one of the actors. He played Quint, and at least on the Broadway version. I think it's either the shark is working. Or
I haven't heard that.
Oh, it looks like just a small little play based on Jaws. But one thing I wanted to mention was when we first did this a couple of years ago, the Rotten Tomato score was 98% with only 92 reviews. Since then, maybe it's because the 50th, there's been more new reviews. It's gone up to 158 reviews. And the percentage has gone down.
Get out of here.
Sons of bitches. What kind?
It went from 98% to 97%. You know, all that means is maybe one person. But
some asshole who
I couldn't find it. She says she talks like that.
Who was they either thought that like it had a message that there was undertones that it was trying to give some message, or they were shark people who thought it really made sharks look bad. But that person. I don't want to. I don't want to be too harsh, but they should burn in hell.
I think that's perfectly reasonable. I really do.
I don't just disagree with them. I hate them.
The audience score has not changed. It's still only 90%. But again, look at the world. There are idiots everywhere. That it happens.
Could you imagine being like, oh, all these people raving about Jaws movie, thumbs down? Imagine being on our text chain. Like, could you imagine if somebody was on our text chain and they were like,
I know.
Jaws.
What a fool.
No.
What a fool.
Jaws, no thanks. No sharks in the hood.
So let's ask the youngest fan. Maeve, so do you like when the girl gets eaten by the shark?
Mm-hmm.
Why? She gets eaten?
Yeah.
Did you like that?
That's sad. That's disturbing. She's a young lady.
What about the little boy on the raft?
Boy got eaten by the shark. Were you scared?
He is kind of whiny. He's kind of whiny.
But that's a new fan. That's a new generation of fan.
I love it. I love it. She saw her at the same age as how old is Maeve?
She's 3.
That's how old Greg was when he saw it in the movies.
Crazy.
Almost as old as Emily when she saw Exorcist. That's what you got to. Actually, you've already shown her that probably.
But the reality is this. Here's the reality. You don't need all the CGI bullshit in movies. You just need good acting.
Yep.
You need a good story, and you need something that's going to scare you. And I think the biggest thing that scared me in this movie was the unknown. What the hell was lurking out of that ocean?
And that it wasn't a monster.
And you know what scared me? The shark.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's not like it's some
the
killer
unseen
showing
shark.
up. It's not a demon.
The
it's not
unseen
a monster.
shark was terrifying.
Shark that's
it really does.
The scene with the little boy. I mean, come on! Like you couldn't even see the shark. Really, you had no idea what the hell it was when it was coming out of the water.
It's crazy. Was anything, as far as ocean related? I'm trying to think of movies prior to Jaws that were had anything similar.
There was that Gregory Peck Moby Dick.
Yeah, that
Gregory Peck Moby Dick. He hated Moby. He thought it was terrible because so the one there was supposed to be a scene with Quint in the movie theater. You heard that, Mikey?
Yeah, and Gregory
laughing.
Peck said no.
And Gregory Peck said no because he hated the movie.
Oh, that's why I didn't realize that.
That's why he thought it was
very
he was terrible in it. He thought it was a terrible movie. Exactly, it would be so Cape Fear, copying Cape Fear, ridiculous. No,
this spawned. I mean, there was a movie Orca, I think, would copy this.
Yeah, with Bo Derek soon after it.
Grizzly copied this. Alligator copied this. All these. It was just everything was,
But obviously, right. This was this started this. Like Dave said, the summer blockbuster. But this type of movie, there's so many. Like Piranha, Anaconda, just like a fear of
Jaws,
some creature.
And none of them matched up. None of them matched up to this movie.
No. Before Jaws, like movies, studios would put movies in the summer to kind of go die. Like they didn't think of that. Wasn't like a destination time.
Mm-hmm.
And that became the biggest blockbuster of all time until 2 years, a couple of years later when Star Wars overtook it in the summer, and they realized, this is when you put out big movies, like Superman.
Yes. We're not ending with that. I'm just kidding. I like Superman. But Jaws, we're all fans.
We like it, and we'll do it for the 60th too.
Hold on, she likes.
What'd she say, Jaws?
Say it. She loves Jaws.
So we did have a fourth guest. I love it. And we had another person on the pod.
Dave and Maeve. That's the new team, Dave and Maeve.
Yep. Great job, fellas. Great job, fellas.
Excellent.
This movie. We didn't talk a lot about the movie, but you know what? We talked about what we loved.
We've done it already. And it wasn't one where you went and got in the car and drove off like you did in the last time I think we recorded.
That was Jaws, right?
I don't remember what it was.
I had to do something that night. I don't know what it was. I think it was go get Andrew or something.
That's what I thought that was Jaws night.
That might have been. But anyways, I mean, what more can you say about this? Is one of my big three, obviously.
And I think,
perfect. It's a perfect movie.
I'm going to get up pretty quick.
I love it.
Speaking of, I was going to say, speaking of perfect movies, I don't know if this next movie would be considered
a perfect movie. Pretty close.
It started a career for someone who's made a lot of perfect movies, because next time.
And it's a tribute.
It is a tribute.
Yep.
We're picking a movie that stars a man who recently passed away. As next time we go back to 1992 to talk about Quentin Tarantino again as we discuss Reservoir Dogs.
Nice.
And Dave just left.
Dave checked.
So I'm not going to let him come back. That's our way of a little honor, a little way to tribute Michael Madsen. And of course, again, to talk about another Quentin Tarantino movie, which we're always willing to do.
I watched it recently with Grace for the first time.
I have not seen it in years, so I'm looking forward to it. David, any parting words from you? No, not at all. Okay, cool. Christopher.
Wait, he said that
he's trying to come back.
He said, Dave, what do you think of Chrissy? She was hot.
Oh yeah, Dave, what did you think of Chrissy when you saw her?
She was hot as shit.
David Hot Alert. Repeat, this is a David Hot Alert. This is not a test.
Thank God. Okay, good. All right, he's back, and we got a little. I now have to do some editing. All right. You can find us on Blue Sky at Fine Movies, Fine Spirits, on Instagram at Fine Movies, Fine Spirits. Or is it just Fine Movies on Blue Sky? Who knows? You can just go to fans.experts.com and find all our episodes there. Christopher, any final words from you?
Yeah, you can find me on Amity next week.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Maeve,
Say
any
bye.
parting words from you?
You said bye. Oh, hold on.
What?
Hold on.
What do you wanna
she's
say?
gone.
He's gone.
We talk about great movies while drinking. We talk about great movies while drinking. Yeah, we talk about great movies while drinking. And we feel fine.
Yeah, he's seeing somebody finally. Not finally, but
Yeah.
you know, I guess it
Yeah.
hasn't been long. I mean, long for you. Dave's like 3 days after the papers signed. Dave's diving in.
Fans not experts.